Hi Woodfolk, my name is Gul'dan and today I'm going to be talking about the Enhancement Shaman stat priority that you don't know. Now the reason why you don't know is because both of the major leading websites are basically giving the wrong information to a certain extent. They're basically not giving the information in the best way that you can understand. I mean, Noxic is saying go haste, basically, that's all it's saying. Icy Veins is saying go mastery. And both of them, I mean, I'd say that Noxic is a bit more correct. We've just given a very simple stat priority, but the extra information of Icy Veins saying that you need about 60% of your haste, or 6% of your mastery to be haste, is a little bit more correct, which is not the best way to explain it, so I just thought I'd do my own calculations and try and work it out for myself. So say for instance you have about 0% mastery, 0% haste. If you increase your haste by 5%, it's going to provide more DPS than increasing your mastery by 5%. It's something like each 5% is approximately about 5k DPS, and the mastery will be about 4k DPS. So basically haste is better earlier on to a certain extent, and I found out the soft cap, or the haste cap is actually 37%. So when you get to 37% haste, 37% mastery, then increasing your mastery by 1% or 5% is going to be better than increasing your haste than 1%. So that's when, at that point, mastery becomes a better DPS increase than increasing your haste. But earlier than that, then haste is a lot better than mastery. And the reason why that is basically because Enhancement Shaman is very proc relying. It relies on procs, your Stormbringer procs, your Wind Fury procs, to do most of its damage, the majority of its damage. Like, when you stack your haste so high, you're never really going to use Flame Tongue. Flame Tongue very rarely is going to get used. It's just going to be Boulder Fist, and Boulder Fist does more damage than Flame Tongue. You're just going to go back to Boulder Fist to stack up the Maelstrom, and then keep spamming the absolute crap out of Storm Strike, because it will just be proccing so often, especially with the Tempest talent, where you can get 2 Storm Strikes from every proc, and then obviously Crush Lightning to increase the damage of Storm Strike. But we're not talking about DPS in this video, so I thought I'd quickly show you a couple of simulations. Here we have a simulation where haste is basically at the haste cap, and mastery is a little lower and haste is basically a little higher. As you can see, the average DPS here is 2. I don't even know the numbers in Legion anymore, but it's that number. It's a high number. All I see is 207. And then in this one, where you see the mastery stacked a little higher than the haste a little lower, then you see that the DPS is a lot less. It's that is approximately about 4k less. Yeah, it's 4k less. So it's 4k DPS less. If you stack mastery too high, basically. So yeah, there's the evidence. There are another few reasons why haste is just so good to stack to a certain point. I think the reason why it has a cap is because the chance for things to occur is just so high that it can't really be increased any further, and that's why it kind of just like mastery will top on, because mastery also increases the chance for your Storm Strike to happen. So I think what's basically happening is the chance for Storm Strike to occur with mastery just kind of takes over as haste becomes too high, and also because of the extra damage that mastery provides. And another reason why haste is so good, so obviously it's going to increase your attack speed, which means if you have Frostbrand and Flame Tongue, it means those two things are going to occur a lot faster. It also means, like, sometimes you have trinkets that have a chance for a certain effect to occur on a melee swing, and when your haste is higher, then that chance is going to increase even more. So you'll find that haste scales really well with certain trinkets. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all the explanation. So remember, the haste cap is about 36%. You could probably go to 38. What I'd recommend is going. At the moment I'm going for Ancestral Swiftness. I don't think it's necessarily DPS increase on longer fights, but it is on shorter fights, and most of the time I'm just doing mythics at the moment. So I would recommend going for Ancestral Swiftness if you're gearing up. But obviously when you go into raids, then Frostbrand is just going to take over a little slightly. Another reason why it's better is because with that talent you have less ramp up time. You're not wasting time using Frostbrand weapon. you know, the whole time it takes to use that, you could have been using another ability, and obviously mobs die a lot faster when you're just clearing down trash. And yeah, I would also just lastly recommend gemming and enchanting haste just to get to that little, you know, get to the cap perfectly, because it's going to be a lot more important. Yeah, so you may be at like 35%. I would recommend, you know, just putting in a few gems or enchants with haste on just to get to that perfect cap rather than just going full mastery, because it is important to get to that cap, because it's always going to be DPS increase to get to that cap first. But anyway, that is it for me, lads and lasses. My name is the Goblin, and until my next video, ciao.